Hello and welcome to the Dolf Pod, a brand new Poole Town podcast with myself and Jacob Deighton. This is the very first episode with two very special guests today, Jolie and Pat Suraci. Do you want to introduce yourself for those who maybe don't know who you are?
Yeah, so I'm Joe. I've been managing Poole Town with Pat since about mid-January. And yeah, pleasure to be here.
Yeah, I've been doing the same thing. Not much to add.
And how are you both? Are you, Pat?
Yeah, good. Yeah, feeling a little bit more refreshed this week. We just come off the back of a tough week. Probably the toughest week of travel that I would say we've had in management. Gloucester away, Taunton away, and Plymouth away.
It's been busy, isn't it?
Yeah. Thing is, because we live Joe lives in Portsmouth, I live in Gosport. The travel is added for us because we get back to Poole and there's another hour 15. So it's been a slog, but yeah, feeling all right.
Especially with that delay last week.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
What time was it we got back to
I got back about 1:30, 2:30.
Yeah,
You guys must have been.
Good for you, because I got back at 3.
And just a quick overview of the season so far. This podcast is about you guys more on a personal level, but we're looking at where we're at as a club right now and how we performed on the pitch. What would you say, Joe?
Yeah, overachieving, I think, in comparison to probably where the expectations were, and maybe where we thought at times that we would be at this point. I think it's still very early. It's been a lot of positives so far. I think the recruitment that was done over the summer between ourselves, Andy, the scouting team, I think that's been really clear that's worked well so far. And then the results are reflected at home, especially. We feel pretty strong at home, and we're obviously getting more and more through the gate as well, which is nice to see.
I'm talking about that home record, Pat. As Tatton's become quite a fortress so far this season.
Yeah, it has. I think sometimes you get a feeling when you've played there and won some games, and becomes a feeling of like, not invincibility, but you feel like we've got more a chance of winning this than losing it, because you've got your fans there, everything's familiar. And it's funny because when we arrived mid-January last year, I think it was the opposite. We hadn't won before we arrived at home in, I think it was like 3 months, which is obviously not good. And I think if you're ever going to do well, your home form needs to be good. So yeah, we're very pleased that we've turned it around, because I think the feeling that we've got now, when you're at home and you feel like you're gonna win most games, or at least have positive performance, it was almost the opposite when we first arrived. You were almost dreading home games because we weren't picking up any points. There was a real negative feeling around the place. So I'm glad we got through that.
I think it might have been Josh Staunton that said it, but he said that you've got to win all your home games, and anything you get away is a bonus on top of that sort of thing. Do you agree with that sort of statement?
I think definitely when we came in and we were in the relegation battle, I think absolutely. I think now our mindset's changed a bit this season. I think you can see, I know it's quite a bland thing to say that you want to win every game, but I think like the intention, even when we go away from home, has been to win. It's not really been to pick up points and just settle for a draw. It's not really been like that this season. We've gone into every away game. If you look at like Bracknell away, Taunton away, we've gone there. We've scored 4 goals in each of those games, and we've won away at Tivy, away at Plymouth, which are places where, generally speaking, you might say, we'd take a point. We've tried to come away from that quite a bit this season. Occasionally that's going to backfire, and you might lose a game where you may have taken a draw. But I think overall, in the long term, I think that mindset has shifted us towards the other end of the table, as you can see, rather than sort of we'll just try and nick a point or settle for a point away from home. So there are obviously games where you would maybe take a point at times, but I think that's very much dependent now on the state of the game rather than our mindset going into it.
I want to touch on the derbies back to back. Obviously Weymouth first, 6-0. That must have been one of the best, one of the highlights of your managerial career so far, surely. To not only win a derby, but to win one like that.
Yeah, it was a great day, wasn't it? I don't think you can deny that. I think more so just because of where we started at the club. Genuinely, people thought it, but it was a tough time for us. We lost 6 in a row, didn't score a goal, and
It was brutal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was brutal, and I think sometimes people might tell me I'm wrong. We're quite good at being quite level with our emotions during interviews and just in general, but we were feeling it at the time. We were really feeling it. It was the toughest, certainly mine. I think Joe's as well. The toughest time of our managerial career so far, because you were struggling to see where we were going to pick up points at that point. So days like that, 6-0 at home to Weymouth, it's a proud moment, because you think, look how far we've come in such a short time. But for the fans, for everyone at the club, to beat Weymouth, who are relatively close, they're a rival. They've been ahead of Poole in the league. They've been in the National League, the National South. We're now same level, and for us to go and beat them 6-0, I think was a great day for everyone. And then you back that up with the 2-0 win against Dortch, who you could feel there was people around the club were desperate for us to win that game. So to win that as well was, I don't think we even expected us to not concede a goal and score 8 goals across those 2 games. So yeah, it was brilliant, really.
You mentioned the emotion there when we went through that bad spell, but now we're winning games. You rarely see you two almost like celebrate the goals. When we score a goal, you see you bring in players for tactical advice, that sort of thing. Is what's going through your head during games and even when we score goals?
Yeah. I don't know really. It's one of them ones, like when we score, you just, I think it's only management or people who manage, I think, that would probably understand. It's like when you score, you're just thinking about whatever's next, aren't we? Really, like it's literally very rarely. I think the times where you'll see us celebrate, obviously it's like a last minute one, then maybe, and then if it goes up to like 3 ahead, you almost, is a bit of a relief, and you the end is in sight.
It's kind of constantly being switched on, isn't it? Like you score a goal, but then you've got to kind of get back in shape,
you score a goal,
change
and then
up.
the ball's in play again a minute later, and theoretically you could concede again a minute later. So you always, I think we very rarely, well, we don't relax, do we? I think the only time really we've relaxed at any point was obviously towards the end of the Weymouth game. Don't think we've really had that. Even Taunton the other day, it was 4-1. You're into added time, and you're just thinking, right, can't concede here, because then they get a bit of momentum. So yeah, we're generally quite level-headed anyway, I think. But when it comes to the goal, I think we score, you enjoy it briefly. Some of the staff, JB.
I was going to say, Reed's must be on not to celebrate.
JB's got both feet in the air.
Reed's jumping at you,
but I think we're just straight away, like, you enjoy it, and then it's like, right, whatever's next, we just got to plan for that. I think the lads are pretty good like that as well. I think, they celebrate, they're all part of it. You always see the bench up celebrating, but very rarely do we get too far ahead of ourselves as a group.
I think we've experienced, even though we haven't done it for loads of years, we've experienced enough heartbreak in terms of conceding goals after scoring or late goals to know it can happen at any point. We've been 2-0 up with 5 minutes to go and drawn 2-2. So if you start relaxing or you enjoy it too much, one goal changes the momentum, and then all of a sudden you're on the back foot. But with the staff and that, when they're jumping up, that's part of the reason why we do it, to see people that have worked so hard with you throughout the week, they can enjoy it, because there's not as much pressure on them. So when we score, I love watching, when we've got the camera on the dugout, I love watching every single individual.
That Brandon one was special, wasn't
it? Every single individual, different celebrations, like some of it's relief, some people are jumping up. For us, like, I always think the main enjoyment for me, and I think Joe's similar, is like the enjoyment that everyone else gets from when we do well, and you feel responsible for the collective, and when the collective enjoys the environment and has a good time, I think that's massive for us.
That's really interesting to say that. But moving away from the footballing side of things, I wanted to touch upon your friendship almost, and how that started all those years ago.
We played, didn't we, at Saints when we were kids, probably like 9 or 10. And then, so we were in the same youth team together at Saints for a few years. And then we both got released. So you got released at 15, I got released at sort of 18. And then obviously the things happened in the interim, you signed for other teams. We didn't really keep in contact that much.
Well, were you close back then when you were playing for Southampton?
Yeah, pretty close. But when you're really young, your relation, you can't sort of continue the relationship. It's very dependent on where you end up with your parents and all that type of thing. So I don't think we saw each other much post Southampton, did we? And
That was the
then
best time of my life.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
When we couldn't contact each other.
Yeah.
I thought you were playing for Southampton.
yeah, it's more like transactional business now, isn't it? Like serve a purpose to each other for the coaching. And then I think we ended up both back at Gosport, didn't we? There was obviously a lot of things in between careers and football that we went down different routes. Pat ended up in Belgium, I ended up in Yeovil, but we ended up back at Gosport as players in the National South, and that was when really we just sort of became like really, really close mates, and we started playing together, and then the coaching journey started, and from then on, like genuinely, I'm not sure there's been a week gone by other than one time when you went away on holiday where we haven't like seen each other for some sort of coaching or social whatever thing, and then just from there it becomes like habit, doesn't it?
I mean, you obviously don't see many joint managers, especially at this level, but I mean, you two have overqualified in some ways in your experience and what you've done so far in your career.
Yeah, do you know, people always ask us, how does the joint managers thing work, and like how do you do it, and who makes the decisions? Like how many times do people ask us that? Like all the time.
That was one of the questions I had.
Yeah, but like I think if you've known someone for so long and you're close enough and there's enough trust there, and you've gone through the coaching and managerial process together, and you think the same things, it just happens naturally. So there's never been you do this, I do this. It's never been like that. It's always worked naturally, and Joe's got strengths that are different to mine, and I've got weaknesses different to Joe's, and I think we balance off each other quite well, and it all just flows. So yeah, it makes me laugh because people are always so intrigued, and I don't really have much to give them. I'm like, well, it just works.
Has it always been like that as well since you started your managerial career?
Yeah, I'd say so. Obviously, when we first started it, we was like with Gosport's 18s. There's no pressure on that. You just sort of like you put pressure on yourselves. When you look back, it's quite silly to put pressure on yourself at Gosport's 18s, isn't it? But like we did put pressure on ourselves then, but there was no pressure as such. So there's no one like you don't have owners and board members looking down on you. So we could just sort of go and make loads of mistakes and all of that type of thing, and then it just works organically. So we've sort of got in a position now where like, we don't even really say hello to each other when we meet, do we? Like just sort of like just everything just straight in, and then you just know straight to business or whatever we're doing. It's just straight to the point, and it's just worked out quite organically. It's not forced. I think that's something that you see because like I think a few clubs have tried to do the joint manager thing, and some obviously successful, some unsuccessful, but I personally think you can't force, even if you have two really good coaches, I don't think you can just force it together to be joint managers, because joint managers is the same level in the hierarchy. I think it has to be an organic relationship and not two people just put together because they're both skilled. And I think that's probably where it's worked so well for us, is like neither of us care about the perception of being joint managers, who does this, who does that. It's just sort of like, right, that's the plan, we're joint managers, we go and do our thing organically, and it's worked really well.
Yeah, Pat, when did you notice kind of, this was the time to kind of stop playing, I want to go down the kind of managerial route, and obviously do it alongside Joe as well?
Yeah, well, I dislocated my knee, so that was quite a good indication of me. For me, it was like, do you know what, it's a funny story. So we were coaching in the day. We took Gosport's college programme, and we'd had a really long day, and it was really cold at the time, and we had training that night, but it was like an 11v11 game on the pitch at Gosport.
Okay.
So we turned up and we had a long day, and I knew he was playing right back, I was playing left wing against each other in this training game. So we had an agreement. We were like, right, if I get the ball,
Two-footed you.
no, yeah, literally the opposite. I said to him, look, if I've got the ball, I won't go at you, because I'd have beaten him in 1v1 anyway. But anyway, so I said, look, if I get the ball, I'll pass it or I'll turn back. And he was like, right, I won't tackle you if you've got the ball, and we'll just chill out a little bit. Anyway, I'm driving towards him. I've like chopped the ball back, because in my head I'm thinking, right, we're not going 1v1. I've got my foot stuck in the grass and I've dislocated my knee.
Unlucky.
So it was unlucky. And it was pretty painful. So we had a whole ordeal at the ground then, and
you should have seen it on the gas and air in the ambulance. that's like top 5 funniest experiences of my life.
Funniest.
But, it was incredible. Honestly, it was incredible because like
Wow.
he was so out of it, and he was just like battering everyone. It's like the gospel manager, Sean, he's a great bloke, wasn't he? And like Sean was like, "You're right, Pat. You're right, Pat." And Pat was like, "You don't care. You don't play me anyway." Like just proper, just like going for him. And then
coming out.
like you were battering the staff in the ambulance because one of them had a like Monster energy drink, but it was like the rip-off one, and he was like just battering him for that.
I was calling him an emo god.
That's brilliant.
That was hilarious. But obviously, I was really aware that he was in like the worst pain of his life.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like genuinely, it was one of the funniest nights of my life, wasn't it? And yeah, it was basically he didn't want to face me in the 1v1, so he chopped back, and that's the end of his career, and that's sort of the aura that I have in those 1v1 situations.
Who was the better footballer back in the day?
Ooh.
That's quite cut and dry, isn't it? Unfortunately for me,
It's hard because
he was miles better than me, mate. He was miles better than
it
me.
just depends what you mean, because I had different qualities. I was like a technical player. I was like I like to dribble. Joe started off as a midfielder, like crashed the box and scored goals, ended up as a right back, as all failed midfielders do. But actually,
tells the story of that.
We got a few in the process of that in the first team.
but he had different strengths to mine. Like I didn't want to defend, really. I didn't want to defend. I wanted the ball. I wanted to dribble. I wanted to score. When you watch our forward players, like some of them, all of them are a bit like that. Like Shaq's a goal scorer, but if I look at Salim, Diaz, Henry, Chris, Ayo, Ike, they all look like players who just want the ball, who want to make things happen, who want to dribble. That was a bit like what I wanted to do, except they defend as well because they have to, because that's what we demand. But Joe was good on the ball. Joe was technical. He had good vision, but also had that side where he would graft and he'd run more than me, and he'd tackle and he'd head even though he didn't like it. But yeah, it was we just had different qualities, I think.
Pat, focusing on you obviously went to Belgium at 18 years old. Do you want to tell us that story and how that came about?
Yeah, it was a bit random, really. I was at Portsmouth College, and we went on a tour to Belgium, and we played in a tournament. So it was us, and there was loads of pro academies in Belgium, and we, funny enough, won the tournament. I got 2 goals in the final, and I scored 7 throughout the tournament, and then I got invited on a trial. The team's called Lommel SK, their second division. So I went on a trial there for a week. My dad took me up, went on a trial. They offered me a contract, and then in June of 2016, me and my girlfriend, who I'm still with now, we travelled up there. I drove in my 57 plate Astra,
Nice.
got on the car ferry and drove through France, Holland, eventually got to Belgium. That was that.
Was that an easy decision for you?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'd just got with my girlfriend, been together for 6 months, so I was essentially leaving her because she didn't stay with me. She went back home after, so that's obviously difficult. And then I'm leaving my family. I didn't really have anyone to speak to there. I didn't speak the language. They spoke Flemish there, which is really hard to learn. I didn't speak that. I was living with a random woman who didn't really like me that much, I don't think. So,
Why is that?
Well, there's a few different theories I've got.
Personality,
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe she didn't like English people. I'm not sure, but there was one time. So basically, in Belgium, it was really random. I think I've told you before. They had this weird bin system. So you'd have to put, like, here it's like you've got your normal bin, your recycling bin. But they had normal bin, recycling bin, food bin, cardboard bin, something else. And one time I just thought, I can't be bothered with this.
Chucked it all in the same one.
Yeah, but then you obviously can't put it in the separate bins. So I went out at night once and I got the bag and I just chucked it over my shoulder into a bush.
Unbelievable.
And the neighbour saw me. So this
Oh.
woman I was living with sat me down. She went, "Oh, the neighbour's seen you like chuck your bin in the bush." And I was like, "Oh, yeah."
Well, what do you mean you're English? In 1 minute you're English, then you're Brazilian.
No,
Then you're
honestly,
Portuguese.
but I'm speaking
So
English.
it's like-
I've got a bit of everything.
Do you know what I mean? Con? Like
Mm.
1 minute it's like Ronaldinho was my idol,
Yeah.
and now you're English, and then you're
Yeah, I mean,
Portuguese.
maybe that's the reason she didn't like the multicultural part about me. But
Talked a lot about you guys and the footballing background, but what are you guys like away from football, off the pitch? What do you like to do in your spare time, Pat?
I mean, it would sound quite boring, really. Like, I like spending time with my family. My family are really close. Like, my dad's Brazilian, and that culture is like very much family orientated. So, spend a lot of time with family. I've got brother and sister who've got young kids. Close with them. I'm very close with my brother. I spend a lot of time there with his wife and his kid. And obviously, I've got a girlfriend who I spend a lot of time with, and we go and do things. And then outside of that, I spend a lot of time with Joe and JB, goalie coach JB. Will go and do things, go and do social things. And I think if I'm not doing anything in terms of with my family and close friends, it'll be football, it'll be watching games, it'll be us on the phone.
Kind of takes over your life, doesn't it?
It does. It does if you want it to. If you're committed and you want to do well and you want to try and be the best and you've got ambition, then I think it does. And I feel like we're quite driven. We always have been in that way where we want to make a real go of it in coaching and management. And I think we enjoy the time that we have with family and friends. But outside of that, we're very focused on what we want to try and do. But yeah, we obviously do have social lives. Many people know that we're very big fans of Chris Brown, the artist, so we'll go and we've gone and seen him a few times. And
What's your favourite song?
probably Indigo by Chris Brown, so give that a listen, see what you think. And don't talk to me if you don't like it. But yeah, no, we go and do things like we usually do. We just got less time because we've spent all of our 20s coaching, managing and training and talking about tactics and all the boring stuff that no one cares about.
I've heard you guys like a game of paddle as well. You guys a bit of paddle, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Don't we?
Yeah.
That's it's the first thing since playing football. I've actually I quite look forward to do that in the first sport really. I've actually thought, I quite look forward to that. Yeah, I still need to play you guys and Lewis as well.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, it's decent. To be fair.
Lewis is very keen for a game.
Well, he's got paddle shoes and these things.
Says a lot.
Yeah.
And he's got a paddle key ring.
Hasn't he got to get paddle training?
Yeah, you wouldn't be surprised. Well, he's played out in Abu Dhabi and everything.
Is he actually good?
He's gone global.
No, he has to be.
You'll have to find out. You'll have
Can't
to
be
find out,
walking
guys.
around with a paddle key ring.
And paddle shoes.
I think that almost makes it worse than if anything.
Yeah.
And would he bring like his paddle coach
Oh,
with
he'd
him
have,
to like?
yeah, and he'd have like a
talk
massive bag. He'd wear sunglasses. He'd the whole package.
Yeah.
All the gear, no
Well,
idea.
that'd be,
But we'll have
Yeah,
to
I
wait
mean,
and see.
if he's good, then fair play. Like,
Yeah.
wear whatever you want. Like, wear a T-shirt that says "I'm amazing at paddle." If you're not good, then there's going to be serious consequences.
What is it?
I was having a little scroll through Twitter yesterday, coming up with ideas of what to do on the podcast, a little segment. I came up with the idea of looking back at players and staff's old Twitter accounts and seeing if I could find any tweets from
It's a dangerous area.
back in the day.
You're in big trouble.
No, I said to Con anyway. Most of my college students went through all my social media, so I've deleted the one.
So I've got a few tweets here from players and staff, and maybe a few from yourself, Pat. And I'm going to play a little game. I'm going to give you the tweet and then give you 3 options of who it could possibly be, and you've got to try and guess. Okay, are you ready? Okay, tweet number 1. This time next week, I'll be waltzing around Harry Potter World. Class that. The options are Harvey Slade, Billy Lowe's, or Charlie Davis. This-
Harvey Slade.
Is that what you're going for, Joe?
Yeah, Slady.
Incorrect. It's Charlie Davis.
I thought Charlie would be
Class that,
too
that's
old
not
for
type of
like,
thing. Yeah.
because like he's like 38 or
Yeah.
something. So I thought he would. I thought he'd be struggling. I didn't think he'd be going to Harry Potter World because it'd be too
Yeah.
I'd never been.
before his time.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask him how it was.
Also, it's quite like a simple tweet, and that gives me slight Slady vibes. But anyway,
Okay.
I'm surprised by that.
Tweet number 2. Girls are actually well annoying. Was that Charlie Davis, Pat Suraci, or Josh Thornton?
Josh Thornton.
Wow.
That's Thornton. That's no good. That's
I feel
That's the armband
I feel
going
like
elsewhere.
that might be me, but
who was the first one?
Charlie Davis, Pat
he's not
Suraci.
going Charlie Davis.
Or
twice.
Josh
No,
Thornton.
it's 50-50 between me and Thornton.
That can't be Thornton.
I think it's me.
Yeah.
Both
Can't
going
be
Pat?
Staunts. Can't be Staunts.
That's correct. That's Suraci.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
at that
right.
time, I must have been frustrated. I
Yeah.
must have been like, let's be honest, what year was that then?
It's around 2016.
Right, so I was,
Bronze just
I was
annoyed
10.
you.
I was 10 at the time.
You just tweeted about that rather than message her direct.
Okay, you ready for the next one? Are referees allowed to wear coloured boots? Question mark, question mark. That would be hashtag banter. The options are Jamie Wiskin, IK Hill, or Shaquille Gwengwe.
Okay.
Not Shaq. That's what I would say. I'm wrong about that, aren't I?
Have to wait and see.
I've got a feeling like Whisk's got something. He must have something in the locker, Whisk. Down
I
there.
feel like Whisk wouldn't care enough about.
Referees.
He's got more
boots,
things to worry about. And
Yeah.
he's the big dog, and
Yeah,
he's
that's true.
worried about the officials.
Yeah, let's go IK then.
Both going IK?
Yeah.
Incorrect. It was Jamie Wiskin.
What, again, but you've got to give some context of what year this was, so I can figure out how.
It was also around 2015. A lot of these
what was he
tweets
then?
are from that.
Going back.
So he was
10
he was
years.
36 then.
He's been playing 6 months longer.
Okay, you ready for the next one?
He's trying not to laugh.
This
It's
is
not
a good one.
professional, God. It's not professional.
This is a very good one.
Level 1061 on Candy Crush is some sort of joke. Impossible. Was that Ryan Campbell, Josh Staunton, or Antonio Diaz?
Staunts. I'm going Staunts with that. That's the type of thing I feel like would aggravate him. Not Diaz.
I'm going Cams.
Locked in?
No,
I'm going Staunts.
Joe, you're correct.
Well, I'm
It's
just-
Josh Staunton.
He must have been addicted to candy.
Yeah.
Tell us how many levels there are.
Players.
Right, are you ready for the next one? This one's a good one. Bit orcs when you're having a convo with someone, then they put someone talk on their Snapchat story.
That's me.
Sad face.
That's me.
Was that?
You know if that was you.
Snapchat
sure.
story as well.
He hasn't even read out the
This
options.
is- and
He
this
hasn't
is
read out the
going back a
options. If
while.
he's saying that's you.
And if it is me, fair enough, because like,
What?
well, say the tweet.
Really?
Again. Say the tweet again.
Bit orcs.
Deleted.
Bit orcs when you have. Bit orcs when you're having a convo with someone and they put someone talk on their Snapchat story. Sad face.
But-
Okay then.
But do you know what I mean? It's so if like, remember you're in school and you're having your Snapchat.
Yeah, it's not about whether you're right or wrong about
and
it.
then
It's about
someone
whether-
someone talk. It's like, well,
It's just
There's
they
conversation,
obviously
not-
don't respect you.
No,
if they're putting that
fair
out
enough,
there, they don't
fair
respect
Would you tweet that now, Pat?
do you know what? I feel like my conversation level is
Matured
good
a
enough
bit,
now
yeah.
where people
Yeah.
wouldn't want to be someone talk. It'd be like, no, this is enough for me.
Fair enough.
I quite like the conversation I'm having with him.
Sure.
So no, I wouldn't tweet that.
I mean, you're both correct. It was you, Pat.
Didn't even read out the options, didn't he?
Okay, we've got.
I haven't got Snapchat anymore because I've grown up.
Sure,
Long gone then. Have you two got Snapchat?
yeah.
Yeah.
So this-
You got,
do,
yeah,
yeah,
some
still
do.
do.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I wonder when we'll grow out of this.
Give it 3
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Okay, next one. This one says, "Get sturdy, get sturdy."
What does
What
that
do you
mean?
mean?
Sturdy about what?
I think it's a celebration. I think it's a dance,
Get
and it was quite a while. It was about 5 years ago. This one.
And this one is either from Slim Saeed, Shaquille Gwengwe, or Chris Campbell.
Shaq.
Chris.
Shaq.
And I said that quite decisively.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
something,
yeah.
something about it said
Yeah.
Shaq. Like get sturdy. I don't know what it is, but that's
It's a bit like the gritty. He did the gritty. a few
yeah,
years
that
ago.
screams out
Yeah.
Shaq, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screams out Shaq. Good for him.
Would you ever do that as a celebration?
I
Sort of
genuinely
dance?
don't know what that is.
Just a dance.
I can remember every goal I scored because I scored so
Yeah.
few.
What was your trademark celebration?
Like there was no trademark celebration,
just
mate. It was normally just run to the
Run to
nearest
the halfway.
person.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah. Which is
Pick the
usually
ball up,
him.
get another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the only goals I scored in non-league, you literally put on a plate for me, didn't you? He dribbled around everyone. Because against Cheshire at home,
Yeah.
he dribbled around everyone.
Rolled it across.
And then if it wasn't me, you wouldn't have passed it. You'd probably shot and then just rolled it
Yeah.
and I tapped it in.
Should have gone and celebrate mad.
Yeah.
Scored that.
No.
Joe went running straight to the fans, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Kissing the bag.
Pat, what about yours? Like Neymar, little Neymar celebration was it?
no, I used to give
Ronaldo
it. Like, I
or
used to
something?
give it like the old finger.
Nice.
But like, it's ridiculous, really. Like, you're giving it the finger to, mate.
Yeah.
You scored a goal against Froome.
25 people at the game.
Yeah, I remember I scored a goal against Froome, which is a picture I'm giving it. Everyone was like,
That
mate.
bloke and his dog's just
Mate,
like,
yeah.
brilliant.
All right, are you ready for the next one? We've got 3 more. Okay. Sundays are for 2 things and 2 things only. Super Sundays and only fools and horses. Nuff said. Was that Billy Lowe's,
That's brilliant.
Henry
Sounds like some
Spalding,
tradition, doesn't it?
Billy Lowe's, Henry Spalding, or Ryan Campbell?
Yeah, my instincts would say Bill and that because it's like old school.
Only fools and horses screaming Bill,
Yeah.
isn't it? Like, you can imagine one of those caps on and like,
Yeah. Dark horse would be Henry for that, but I'm gonna go with Bill as well.
Also Cam. You said Cam's?
Mm.
Cam's a little bit older, isn't he? So like only fools and
How old's
horses.
Cam?
He's like 31, I think.
Not sure.
What are you going with?
I'm
Bill.
with Bill.
You're incorrect. I thought I'd get you with this one
Yeah.
as well. It's Ryan Campbell.
It's curveball.
He used to put up then, Cam,
Mm.
didn't
Okay, we've got 2
he?
more.
Who says only fools and horses like the thing you do on a Sunday?
And it's the Nuff said, not enough said.
Yeah.
Nuff
Enough
said.
said.
Yeah, we'll have to have a chat about that.
Okay, this next one's my favourite one, I think, out of all of them. Will be sick when I drive, but I'm not actually that great at riding my bike, so I'm not sure I'll be able to. Was that either Corey Jordan, Joe Lee, or Pat Suraci?
It's not me.
That's Corey then.
That's that.
Is that where you're going?
Well, are you looking at me
Pat
like it could be?
Suraci.
I mean, you're miles off it. What are you?
Mate, you Photoshop that.
No way.
I'll find it.
Read it again. No way.
Will be sick when I drive. but will be sick when I drive, but I'm not actually that great at riding my bike, so I'm not
No.
sure I'll be
What
able
year
to.
was that?
It was around 2015.
You're
Just
making,
stabilise
I'm sorry, he's making the years up as well.
2015.
I had to scroll quite some way to.
I
to find this.
wouldn't even have been riding my bike in 2015. Let's get a fact check on him.
Sure, buddy.
Get Grok up.
Do you know,
Fact check.
I'll
Yeah,
find
when
the
did you
tweets
join
before
Twitter?
do that.
Don't know, but I could ride my bike fine. It was just in the wind. I used to say.
And you thought, oh, when I get home, I'm going to tweet everyone.
No, but you know
That is a
when
very Corey Jordan thing to
Yeah,
say as well.
because you know when you ride your bike and it's windy.
Don't justify now. You didn't even
And
know.
then like you have to like sometimes at school because your trousers were a bit loose, you get it stuck in the chain and you had to tuck it up. That's what I mean. It's all those sort of things. Isn't it?
Okay, this is the last one. You ready? 5 A's, 3 B's. Happy with my results.
Jolie.
Is that Adam Parks, Josh McCormick, or Antonio Diaz?
Diaz. I'm going for. He's the sort of person to get his grades and then start writing about it, and he'll probably be like ringing everyone up, being like, "Do you hear what I got?"
feel like that could be Macca.
What are you going with Macca?
Actually, would Macca get 5 A's? That's actually
It's
Well,
not
he-
bad results, to be
The thing
fair.
is, Mac
Really?
would tell you that
That's-
he would tell you that
Yeah.
he was really clever at school and
Yeah.
that, but
according to Macca, he's the best at everything.
he also said he's quicker than Shaq.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm going for Diaz.
You sticking with
I'm gonna
Macca?
no. Do you know what? I'll go with something different. I'll go with Parksy. It was Parksy, wasn't it, the other one? Because I feel like Parksy is really capable of getting 5 A's.
Correct, Joe. Well done.
Not bad.
Did my face give it away there?
No, it didn't, no. You've been laughing the whole time. That's just again, just no.
Not bad
That's
results.
good, Joe. Yeah.
Not bad results.
How do you think you guys did on that then?
Yeah, really well.
And we've got different strengths and weaknesses. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
said that
Obviously,
at
there
the
was a
start.
slight agenda towards my tweets, and that's fine. But,
Yeah. Do you think he's made up the bike one then, or
I mean,
you have a
it
recollection? of
genuinely doesn't sound like something I've
How
had.
I will find it.
Okay, he's
before
made
you
up,
have
he's
time
made
to
up
do
the
it.
data.
that? And you need to remember he's put 3 of your tweets in there.
Yeah, I know what he's done.
Keep that in mind. Yeah.
Okay, we are now going to move on to you can combine with this one the best non-league 11 of players that you've played with. So just an 11, no subs, obviously.
Okay.
But try and agree.
Have you been
some
thinking about this?
disagreements.
Because we did give you some
No,
time
I
to
actually haven't.
But
We've
there's gotta be
actually,
some
do you know what's
decent-
funny?
there's gotta be
We've
some
actually
decent
discussed
players
this
in there.
before.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
goalie.
Thing is you offend people in these types of things, don't you?
Yeah, but it's-
Yeah. Goalie.
let's take out anyone that plays for Poole now,
Okay.
because we've
Yeah.
played with a few of those players, and no doubt they'll be coming up to us tonight
Okay.
and be like, "What?"
Yeah, we played the chat. Chaz will be getting out of there. No, who else we got? It was Chaz. Chaz was the captain at Gosport when we were there, and he thinks there's like.
Was he a good captain?
Yeah, he was good. No, he was actually really good for us. Yeah, he was. I'd like to keep that.
He's
He
young
was
then
really
as
good
well.
for us. Yeah.
Still over
What was it? Coached or played with?
Played with.
Yeah.
Played with. Yeah. All right. GK.
Do you know who stands out to me?
Yeah.
Poff.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say Pop. Yeah.
Patrick O'Flaherty. Did he play at Poole at one point?
Possibly. I think
Yeah,
our
that-
knowledge on that is a bit.
Poff.
That's one for Dan Wilson, I think.
Yeah.
Dan Wilson,
He's
yeah.
top
Yeah.
guy. He started off quite timid, didn't he? And then like he just turned into.
As we careful.
No, genuinely, like he turned into like a top goalie. Like he's the lankiest man ever, and he just. Yeah, he was
Only
class.
thing with Pop is every kick went over the dugout.
Yeah, he used to do the
was
thing that
out
he
of-
would drag it
every
like
time.
across
Really?
from right to left,
Yeah.
and I'd be watching it just go.
Yeah,
and
he was you set up for a goal kick knowing it's going to be a throw in 5 seconds time. But
Yeah.
he was good on it. What shape you playing in? 4-2-3-1 standard.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, probably let's go that way.
Left backs.
Full.
Left backs got the ball.
Rory, Rory from Gosport.
Mm.
He's our,
Yeah, good
he
play.
was also our captain when we managed Gosport, but I think in terms of like.
I feel like a lot of people that probably played with him would say the same.
He was
So.
really good.
He's also really funny. I'm not sure if he still likes us, genuinely, but he is.
He's the funniest person I
Yeah.
think I've ever met in just football. He's the funniest person I've met, and he was in the team. You felt like you had a chance basically with him in the team.
Well, I turned up to training once in like a black beanie hat, and he said that I looked like I've just come from a refugee camp.
Wow.
But no, he was good. And then centre backs,
Woody.
Ryan Woodford, he played at Havant and then Gosport quite a few years. I always say he used to just find me with like this disguised diag. You know, like people play diagonal, like 80 yard. He would do it, but he'd be facing that way, and then the diag would go that way, and it would come straight
Wow.
to you. He was good on it.
Unreal.
Yeah, I really like playing with Robbo.
Yeah.
Big Sam Roberts. He's at Wimborne now.
Yeah.
I think it stands out because that was when I moved to right back or right wing back from midfield.
Playing alongside
And
you.
Ryan Woodford and Robbo were the two next to me. I never used to have to head the ball. I hated heading it. I never used to have to head it with them two around. I remember like they really helped me settle into that position. So I'd probably say
I'm
Robbo.
just trying to think who else that would be.
Definitely going to miss 1 or 2 out on them.
I'll go with you on that because you played in the back line.
Yeah,
didn't
he was
you?
really good. Robbo, I thought. Right back.
We can't say ourselves because that's
No,
not that's all
definitely.
legal.
I'll put him myself anyway.
Right.
Thing
back.
is if we don't say Cav, he's gonna like be on at us.
Yeah.
But also, I don't want to say Cav anymore. So
No.
not Cav. Who else is there? Tell you could put in there, but he'd be really annoying. Brad.
Brad, yeah. Let's put
You
Brad
might-
in there.
yeah, but Brad.
Right back.
Brad's
Tarbuck,
hard.
yeah. He's not a right back.
No.
He could play there. Brad's top draw.
He's having himself as a midfielder. He'll play in midfield.
He's
on
versatile.
Saturday.
Yeah.
But his best position is a
Yeah.
fullback.
We always, when we were at Gospel, we played the 3-5-2. His best position was the right 8,
Yeah.
but because he was so good, he was so versatile. Any time anyone got injured, he would always just move
Fit in,
basically
yeah.
into that position, and it felt like it happened almost every game that someone would go down or whatever. He'd just look at us, you give him the nod, and he's like all of a sudden playing left back. Put Brad right back, that was annoying, but he deserves to be in the team. Midfielders, Carts, definitely.
Carts, he's at Tottenham now.
Yeah.
Have you seen him? He's bold.
Mike Carter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit of an animal.
Yeah.
Just like you felt like when you were on the pitch, he just had a presence where you felt a bit more comfortable. Like he would just be ratting around the midfield, and he was like, I remember my first session at Gosport, we were doing like rondo just when everyone's round and you're just passing it, and he almost 2-footed me. I was 18 at the time, and I thought,
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
mark on that.
but he was good. And do you know who I always felt was good in midfield was Josh Carmichael.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
Still at
Wimborne,
Wimbledon, yeah.
Yeah, Josh Carmichael just like technical range was really good. Like he's tall, he was good in the air. He was quite fit at the time. I remember him being able to get around the pitch quite well.
Also, I wouldn't put him ahead of Josh, but Doug Tuck when we went to Bognor, I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah.
Doug Tuck was really good. He just basically never lost the ball. Physically, he was quite small, wasn't particularly strong, wasn't particularly quick.
Yeah.
Just never lost the ball. I always remember that he was very good. But yeah, and then I think you got to look at like Jimmy Newitt probably.
Was it Dorky?
Yeah.
Or what he
I
wasn't?
mean, if
Is he
you're
still a
thinking
Dork?
about, I know we didn't play with him for that long, but if you're thinking about,
Yeah, as like,
Probably Jimmy.
as like a right winger.
yeah, I think you go Jimmy
And then
Newitt.
you'd have to probably go like Ollie Pearce as number 2
Oh, wow.
at York.
Oh, York,
Did you
yeah.
play for, was it Bogner?
Oh no, yeah, he was. He's just good. You just
Unreal Worthing as well. wasn't he?
good finisher, like technically quite good. I remember the season we were at Bognor, like he scored this free kick. I think it might have been the first game of the season. He was wrapped in the top corner, but you could tell he had real ability. Like he could make things happen in the game.
2 left. Maybe put Woody up top. Potentially. Is Ollie up front there?
Ollie's 10.
Ollie's at 10, yeah. Go Woody then, I think
Yeah,
up top.
Dan Wooden.
How old is he now?
Well, they call him Fossil. So,
He's
no.
only early 40s, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he was good. He was good. It was really weird with Woody because he was a bit of a club legend, wasn't he, when we were there? But he wasn't there when we first came in. He came back, and he wasn't a great trainer, Woody. And I remember in pre-season there was like big hype about him coming in. I remember thinking like this guy's like he's all right. And then as soon as it was game time, Rory was quite similar. Really, as soon as it was game time, they were just like they were excellent. And left wing, I don't know. You're probably better judge than me for that. You know, you want to put yourself.
No.
I would put you. I've got to say, I would put you.
You can put yourself if you want.
No, I can't do it. Can't do it. There was better wingers than me. Just trying to think of them.
When you played with Weymouth, I know when you played there, but Baggy.
You know, if we were going like players that played with Weymouth, like you missing out Ollie Harfield,
Oh, right, yeah.
like, and there's a few. Left wingers. We didn't play loads of good wingers, really, did we? I wouldn't say that was a position that we.
Yeah.
A bit stumped
I think
on.
you have to put him in there. Player manage. I'll just cheerlead from the side, yeah.
Well, there we go then. We are coming to the end of this podcast, but Jacob's going to run through some quick fire questions that he has ready for you guys.
Run that up on me.
Some tough
I'll get them
questions
up.
in there.
A couple.
How
Either
quick
just
fire are we talking? Are we like one word answers?
if you can think of it in one word, that would be brilliant. But right, okay. Best ground you ever played at?
I don't know the name of it. It was in Belgium. I know what he's going to say.
I'm not actually going to say Goodison, but I think I'm going to say St Mary's. But
Nice.
either one.
Let's get as many big stadiums in there as
Whatever,
possible.
either one's fine. The one at Belgium,
Yeah.
Belgium sounded good.
Cool. Favourite player growing up?
Lampard.
Lampard, Neymar. Okay.
Neymar Ronaldinho.
Nice.
Brazilian-esque.
Best score you've ever
Brazilian,
scored?
Mate, I think it's invalid for me, to be honest.
Okay.
I scored the winning penalty in a shootout
That
in the
counts.
FA Youth Cup.
Good moment.
That was good. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good memory.
I scored a goal against Genk's B team. It was like I did like a Cruyff turn and wrapped it in the corner. I enjoyed that one.
In front of like 40,000 fans.
Is there a video of that one?
Yeah, there is. There's a video.
Okay.
If you want to see it.
We'll see that later.
Check
Okay.
the socials.
So, yourself score a last minute winner, or you manage a team to a comeback win. So, like we did against Winch.
No, it's not even close.
Yeah,
not
it's
even
manage-
close. Manage.
Manage.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What is that?
Genuinely, the motivation and the feeling of managing our worst ever game, whatever that was, outweighs the feeling of playing in whatever my best ever
Wow.
game was. It's not even close.
Brilliant. Favourite football kit you ever played in?
Good question, that.
I really liked the white Macron golf bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I was just
What year was that roughly?
2021, I think.
Bit of a rogue one, but do you remember when we were at Saints? I don't know if you were there that year. We had the white kit with the red stripe across.
Yeah.
Quite like that kit.
I
Do you
didn't
remember
like
that? Something
the
you didn't
colour.
like? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I really like the white. I like the white kit.
Do you like a collar while you play
No.
football?
No,
No.
no.
Go-to pair of boots or favourite pair of boots? Have you kind of stuck with the same brand or?
Yeah, I'm always with
Nike.
Nike. The Phantom Venoms. Remember they came out like
yeah.
the snake skin. The first one was the orange with the black tick. It came out in like the 2014
Oh, was it the-
World Cup.
Didn't Neymar wear those?
Yeah, but there was like all different colours.
Yeah.
I had like a
Face
luminous
off
yellow
Neymar.
pair with a purple tick. They were unreal.
Love that.
I used to go with the Addy
I
Pures.
knew this is Frank Lampard more than Lampard.
Yeah, we were quite similar, me and Frank, actually, in the way that we played. That was my growing up, and then as I moved into like non-league, I started to wear Nike boots, and I thought, oh, why was I not wearing Nike boots the whole time? So I had moved into like Tiempos, didn't I, for a bit?
Nice.
That's when you know you've got some time, mate. Like, should go for the tempo.
Yeah, just settle for
Get the
them.
coach's boots on.
50, 60 quid, just get them in from Sports Direct and go from there.
Right, well, we are coming very quickly to the end of the podcast. Big thank you to Joe and Pat for joining us on today's podcast. We will have more podcasts coming soon, but the final question I want to end with is, where do you both see yourselves in 10 years' time?
Poole Town. Poole Town, according to Hannon,
Hannon,
Poole Town.
yeah.
Yeah.
Poole Town in the Champions League. That's what Andy does,
Yeah.
I want to see us managing in the Football League.
Hopefully with Paul.
We can. Why not?
Do you agree?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think something that we've, maybe a bit of a long-winded answer, but something that I think we've settled on in recent times is we just want to be motivated and enjoying ourselves. That's where we've done our best work. I think if we stay in that zone where we're motivated and we enjoy ourselves, and obviously we get to do it together, plus with our other mates as well who are part of the staff, like that for me is the most important thing. And then secondary, yeah, it would be good full time, and then the FL would be amazing, but obviously it's a lot of hard work for that.
Well, there we go. Have you guys enjoyed yourselves on today's podcast?
No, I think I like what you did with the curveballs, with the tweets towards Pat, because I think like that's a real. You've shown
Glad you all had love.
Yeah, you've shown quite a lot about you there, Con, and I think Jacob like just nodded and supported you with those
he's
things.
good at that.
He agrees with everything that Connor's done there.
Well, I just
But
think it
Connor will
was
get the
funny.
heat from it, and Jacob tried to
But
avoid
there's
the
no heat, you know. I'm happy.
Do you
with,
hate
you
me?
know? No, I'm
He's
happy.
happy, trust me, I know him.
Do you know what I mean? I'm happy. Like if that's what you want to do.
People have got enjoyment out of those tweets.
Yeah, but also
That's not-
I tweeted those at the time, and I obviously thought that. No problem. I'm happy to accept what my character was at that time.
What, you can't respect her?
No, I'm just saying. No problem. We'll have a look at Connor's social media and go.
Yeah, you're alright, that's a good shout, yeah.
Right, well, big thank you to
Cheers,
my
boys.
co-host Jacob Deighton today,
No worries.
and Joe and Pat. Thank you guys.
Yeah, boys.
Cool.